Hey everyone, how are you? I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is the founder and executive director of Meet the Writers Incorporated. She's no stranger to the show. She's been here before, and she has a lot. She's doing some great things in our community. And she's here today to talk about how her organization is connecting students with authors from all over the world. So please welcome to the show, Michele Weisman. Michele, how are you?
Dr. Bob, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for having me again. This has been a tough year, but it's been provided so many opportunities for Meet the Writers. It's been incredible and something that I didn't envision a year ago. But we've been able to have authors. It's been a tough year,
but how did you make out? How did you come through?
We've been able virtually to connect students with authors in Massachusetts, like the Pulitzer Prize-winning author Juno Diaz has virtually visited a high school in Washington Heights. We also had a poet, Jimmy Santiago Baca from New Mexico. And this week, author Christine Platt visited second graders in Brooklyn. So it's been amazing to have authors from all over the country.
Yeah. Give us a little touch of what the organization is all about. I know you bring writers and authors together, but tell us the whole story.
We start with a collaboration between Meet the Writers and a school, usually a Title I school in New York City is my primary audience. And we figure out who is the best author to visit, to meet these young people. And we're looking for someone who might look like these people and look like their families and write things that really touch their lives. And so it's been an incredible opportunity to do that. A year ago, I didn't think that a virtual environment would work. But what's been amazing is that authors have been really up close and personal with students. Students are not in the back row in the auditorium. They're on their computer and really connecting with authors. Yep. And authors are sharing their lives.
I think that's an excellent. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I had this experience with this poet in New Mexico who I mentioned, Jimmy Santiago Baca.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about how for a part of his life, he was incarcerated, and that's where he learned to read and write. And he realized that reading and writing made him so powerful. And so students at this high school in Washington Heights were asking him questions and also making comments and saying, you know, that really relates to my life. And the poet was able to say, you should be president. You have lived experience. You should be the person who is running our country. And there was this powerful exchange of ideas that a year ago today, I wouldn't believe was possible. But this virtual environment has created so many opportunities.
Yes. So when school opens back up, you heard the mayor come on earlier saying that the schools should be fully open in September. How are you going to work this? I know a lot of people are going to want to keep that virtual thing going, but you still want to go out and be in the auditorium.
You know, I think it's going to be both. I didn't think so a year ago, but I mean, some of the principals I've worked with have said, you know, these virtual experiences are more powerful in some ways because of this kind of close connection. It's been really sweet. I worked with students from pre-K to even School of Education students in college. But these young kids, like second graders, you know how to raise their hand and they lean in and they have something they want to say. Yeah. And they've been very adept at making connections to these students. I've also worked with a division of the Department of Ed called the Middle School Quality Initiative, which is a consortium of 155 middle schools. And we've been able to do events where we have over 600, 700, 800, close to 1,000 students. We just did an event with the author of New Kid, who grew up in the Bronx, Jerry Kraft. He's an award-winning graphic novelist, and he reached so many middle school students. It was so powerful to be able to reach so many students at once.
Yeah.
which is something else that this virtual environment allows.
Yeah, I think we are going to do both. It's safe, and you can reach out to more people. For us here, I mean, we can pull in interviews from across the country. Somebody from California, somebody from we did have somebody from Russia, and somebody from China, and it's just a easier way of doing things. But I still need that touchy feely thing. You need to be upfront and personal, and have that one-on-one and look somebody in the eyes in person. So I think they're going to do both. You're right.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be both. I mean, I wanted to talk about what you say when you close the show, which is you can or you can't. The choice is up to you. I've been thinking a lot about that.
Yeah.
And I think our program really addresses what young people think is possible. What can they do? And I
well,
think
you said it, you hit it right
people,
on the head. It's what you think. So if you think you can, you will. And the saying goes, whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you're right. Either way, you're right. So think that you can, and you will.
I think that really ties into the mission of our program, which is giving kids the opportunity to see that there are authors who are doing work that they could do, or writers. And I think it just really expands the possibilities of what they think they can do. So I really appreciate what you said.
Thank you, Michele. Michele, you have anything coming up that we should know about?
Coming up, more virtual visits with more schools. I'm always looking for people who want to support the program, either individuals, businesses, foundations. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to figure out how to work together.
Yeah. What exactly do you need? I'm going to give you my camera for a second, okay? I'm going to give it to you. Michele, this belongs to you. Tell everybody what you need.
Thank you, Bob. I'd love to know that we have support behind our program in terms of funding for what we're doing. I'd love to say to every school, for every program, every student gets a signed book to keep. That would be amazing. And I'd love help spreading the word. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
And where can we go to maybe make a donation, maybe to volunteer or share information with you in your organization?
Yes, thank you. We have a website, meetthewriters.org, and we're active on Facebook and Instagram, and we'd love to hear from anyone.
All right. We'd like to come in and sit in on some of the things that you're doing.
Well, when we're in person, I'd love to have you. I think it would be really fantastic. I'd love to connect you with students.
Yeah, all you have to do is give us the dates, and we'll see if we can mix and match those dates and come on out and be a part of it all.
Thank you so much. This was a great opportunity.
You're welcome. Give us the website one more time.
All right, meetthewriters.org.
Meet the Writers Incorporated, Michele Weisman, founder and executive director. Thank you, Michele. Always a pleasure to see you, and always come. You're always welcome. This is your place.
Thank you, Bob. Great to see you again.
You got it. All right, we'll take a break right here. I've got more open coming up next.